Hello and welcome. My name is Roger Quayle, and you are listening to My Life in the Mosh of Ghosts. Hello and welcome back to My Life in the Mosh of Ghosts. I'm your host, my name is Roger Quayle, and thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to tell you about a guy called Zaine Griff. Zaine Griff was a Kiwi who came to London in the mid-1970s. And much like Snips and Ray Ashcroft from The Push, he was one of those guys who took the opportunity that the New Wave presented to take his chance at the big time. Me and my friends weren't fans of Zaine Griff. This was one of those nights where we just ended up going to the limit and happened to see someone. But what happened turned out to be fairly instructive in terms of learning about ambition and about what it takes to make it as a musician. So we're going back to Thursday, the 8th of March in 1979 to see Zaine Griff at the Limit Club on West Street in Sheffield. So, thanks to all at once and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.
Very good, Roger, except it's pronounced Scone.
But sir, it says Scone here. You could pronounce it Scone, if you're posh. You're not posh, are you, sir?
It's Scone, Roger, it rhymes with spoon. Let's go again from Hail King of Scotland.
Rehearsals for the school production of Macbeth. And this Warhol exchange takes place with English teacher Mr. Call Me Chris Hoggart. I like him. We've studied the lyrics to Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run in his class. Even though post-Dylan singer-songwriters from New Jersey is not strictly on the curriculum. Another class with Mr. H simply consists of listening to Pink Floyd's Atom Heart Mother. This is progressive education in every sense.
What you got this afternoon?
Double Floyd with Hoggart.
Nice.
In Macbeth, I've been cast as Malcolm. I'm happy with my role as the murdered King Duncan's son and heir. I hot-foot it down to England when it all kicks off, raise an army, and come back dressed as a tree, while my mate Wilmer, playing Macduff, slays my other mate Timbo, playing Big Mac. And I get to be king, centre stage, all eyes on me, at the end. I also get what Mr. Hoggart assures me is the hardest line in the play. Act 2, Scene 3. When Macduff tells Malcolm his dad has been murdered. Malcolm: Oh, by whom? I'm determined to give this my best. Macduff/Wilmer feeds me the line.
Your royal father's murdered.
Oh, by whom? As I fall to my knees, stare out into the fifth row, and try and remember my 7 times table. I'm digging for gravitas, but what comes out sounds like a badly winded owl. Strigidite impressions aside, Firth Park Comprehensive's 1979 production of The Tragedy of Macbeth by William Shakespeare is a resounding success and runs for 3 sold-out nights in March. True, we can never hope to emulate the gory excess of Roman Polanski's 1971 film, which we all saw 3 years ago at the Cineplex for O-level studies. A thrilling combination of copious ketchup, unabashed nudity, the Third Ear Band and Keith Chegwin, which is instantly seared on my 16-year-old consciousness forever. Macbeth is the Bard's shortest play, which suits us just fine as it allows for more drinking time after curtain down. We're in the nearby Sicey pub, revelling in our thespian glory. Still smudged with coal and pancake, I return from the bar to catch the punchline to band buddy Banquo/Vinner's tale of a disgruntled Skegness confectionery maker.
So, he walked out, but before he left, He set the machine to produce 1/2 mile of fuck-off rock.
And with the roar of the grease paint and the smell of the crowd still infusing our senses, it's only natural that our rap party should continue at Sheffield's premier night spot for jumble sale chic sixth formers, The Limit. A 47 bus ride later, the good companions are standing outside the West Street venue, considering a poster. Tonight, from London, Zaine Griff, 50p, late bar. We're not sure who or what Zaine Griff is, but the promise of that perennial stalwart of the undercard, late bar, draws us down the steps into the basement with the pull of Jupiter. Thursday night's crowd is the now familiar mix of scruffs, straights and students. Scattered kindling, hoping the weekend will catch fire early, with a few late pints and maybe a pull. The DJ is spinning the latest new wave hits. Oliver's Army, Heart of Glass, Stop Your Sobbing. Our little island of musical sanity in an ocean of Gloria Gaynor, Gary's Gang and Leif Garrett. As a huge Bebop Deluxe fan, I'm delighted to hear Bill Nelson's furniture music shaking the PA system, but perplexed to hear the DJ call the band Billy Preston's Red Noise. Zaine Griff, who turns out to be a man, is up on the low stage. Originally from New Zealand, he's slim and sleek, blessed with Mount Rushmore cheekbones, Angel Falls henna'd bangs, and a rapier slash of lippy. He stalks the space from side to side, hectic, kinetic, a pretty boy panther behind invisible bars. His band are henchmen from the rock and roll trenches who know their place, popping above the parapet for a solo or a flurry only to scurry back to the shadows once their ammunition is spent.
This one's called The Scandinavian.
Oh great, says Vinner, a song about Bjorn Borg. Zaine Griff plays chunky, post-punk synth rock. His songs stringent in their adherence to the new wave rules. Nothing exceeds 3 minutes 30 seconds duration. Musically, he lives 2 doors down from John Foxx's Ultravox, with whom he shares good bone structure and some androgynous charm. Punk meets Piero, not unlike Snips, who we saw here last year. Lyrically, he walks in the shadows of the tall trees planted by Bowie and Ferry on Unter de Linden and Les Jardins de Tuileries. A romantic, yearning vision of continental Europe, old world postcards sketched by an Antipodean hand. We're a blasé crowd, here for the beer and a leer. This kind of apathy in the UK is nothing new to Griff and his seasoned cohorts. With 150 gigs behind them, they know which buttons to push to get even the most lackadaisical crowd moving. And a string of solid songs, Tonight, Run, the galloping she-male romp of She's My Man, all delivered with a spiky amphetamine crunch, eventually get the adrenaline pumping. In the addled eyes of our young gang, fueled by theatrical dreams and Eingebrow lager, this Kiwi takes flight tonight. The DJ, with no little irony, cues up Heroes as he leaves the stage. Afterwards, Finner and I get talking to him. He's been living in London since he was a teenager, younger than we are now, paying his dues in bands we've never heard of. But he seems well connected. He knows Ray Davies from the Kinks and the singer from Manfred Mann's Earth Band. Zaine Griff seems committed to his art and to becoming successful in a way we really can't start to imagine. Moving 11,000 miles away from home, alone, is unthinkable to local lads like us. A recent day trip to London with our British Constitution class left my head spinning as I witnessed the capital's constant surge. Our band, Exit, has yet to play live in 1979. Amps are cold and drums hushed as outside forces and life's realities start to take hold. A-level exams, further education, serious girlfriends and parental expectations assemble like the arboreal army of Burnham Wood, ready to march on Dunsinane, the last outpost of adolescence. We're getting on great with Zaine, Glenn Mickelson to his mum, until Vinna asks him what we've all been thinking.
Do you mind looking like David Bowie, or do you just get sick of people telling you so?
With this, Zaine sighs and rolls his eyes, scanning the skies in the hope that some tall Venusians passing through will whisk him away from these inebriated oiks. Mercifully, the roaring intro to Into the Valley fills the room, tearing us away to the dance floor to execute our best drunken Scotsman in a wind tunnel routine, as pioneered by Richard Jobson on Top of the Pops. It's late now. Rather than the usual last record of the night, Take It to the Limit, it's Ricky Don't Lose That Number by Steely Dan that purrs through the speakers, all twinkling blue note cool and measured, mordant LA wit. It's oddly sobering. Who is Ricky, and why is that number so important to him? The only number I need in these small hours is the number 76 night bus home. It leaves in 5 minutes, and I know I should be on it. Zaine Griff released his debut album, Ashes and Diamonds, in 1980. It was produced by Tony Visconti, best known for his work with David Bowie. Featuring a young Hans Zimmer on keyboards, it was not a commercial success. Thank you for listening to My Life in the Mosh of Ghosts. Thanks also to John and Brent for the guest voices. Thank you to Rionagh for the artwork and to Simon for the music. Join me again next time for another episode from My Life in the Mosh of Ghosts. This is Roger Quayle saying thank you and bye-bye.